All right, guys, welcome back. We are going to be discussing the Notre Dame Fighting Irish schedule in this upcoming season. We have a super fan, Eli, here. And I just wanted to hear his takes. He's been talking a lot off mic about this Notre Dame team and how great they're going to be. So we're gonna put him to the test, put him through the Anything Flies gauntlet here. Just to start off, Eli and Alexander, what are you most anxious for / excited for to see this season for Notre Dame specifically?
For sure, I'm most excited for. I'm not anxious about anything because I'm just.
You're that confident?
I have full confidence in Marcus Freeman.
Okay.
I think he's the next Lou Holtz to walk through those hallowed grounds. And Notre Dame's had a history of great football coaches, some of the best of all time. Lou Holtz being one of those, Ara Parseghian being another, Newt Rockne being another. We got Brian Kelly out of there.
That was a bump on the road. That was much needed.
It was much needed, but let's never forget that he did take us to a national championship.
Fair enough.
But I'm most anxious, I guess, for the quarterback battle that we don't know. We don't know is it going to be C.J. Carr? Is it going to be Kenny Minchey? I'm excited to see what happens. Kenny Minchey's been getting a lot of traction on Twitter lately. My Twitter, as you would imagine, is just it's just all Notre Dame.
I'm excited for the first game of the year. Miami Notre Dame. There's been a couple years in the past where it hasn't meant much, that game. Mm-hmm. But now both teams are finally back to how they used to be, and I think it'll be good for college football to see them both. Right now it's a top 10 matchup.
It is.
You're mentioning the quarterback battle. Can you fill us in and what do you think? Who do you want to start?
Yes.
Just fill us in.
Okay. Well, Kenny Minchey's the older one.
Okay.
And
what year?
He is. Well, none of them have used any eligibility, but I think I think Kenny Minchey's like a sophomore and C.J. Carr is a freshman.
Okay.
But I guess they were both there last year, so I don't know what they are academically. They might be junior and sophomore. But I think C.J. Carr left college or left high school a semester early to get there and acclimate to Notre Dame and stuff and that winning culture. and then everything I say today is just completely unbiased. You can remember that. But so he's the younger one, higher recruit. People say more talented, better passer. He's as advertised to be a better passer and have better pocket presence and stuff. But Kenny Minchey is dual threat and still a good passer. But in the spring game and in practice, the clips I see in practice, he's just a check down machine, just throwing these little short passes, which I like because that means Jeremiah Love's getting the ball. So I want as many times as the ball touches his hands, I think good things can happen.
So are you saying that you said Minchey's his name?
Minchey, yeah. He's
is he more like a Riley Leonard type?
A little bit. I think Riley Leonard might be more of
a passer.
Well, no, I think they're both. I think he's probably more of a passer than Riley Leonard,
okay.
But also more athletic of a runner than Riley Leonard. Riley Leonard was reminded me of a poor man's Josh Allen, kind of. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Big body, mm-hmm. Pretty deceptively fast. Yeah. But for safety to tackle him, it's actually a pretty big ask, Mm-hmm. But I think Kenny Minchey's more of a poor man's Lamar Jackson. Yeah, is what I'd say.
All right, fair.
Faster and more athletic, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And a good passer still.
Yeah. So who do you want?
That's a great question because last year I wanted Kenny Minchey to play more games. When Riley Leonard went down for the end of the first half against Penn State, and it was I think it was maybe 7 or 10-0. I think it was 10-0. Yeah, it was because there's a great Marcus Freeman clip at halftime there. But I was when he went down, I wanted Kenny Minchey to come in, and then Steve Angeli came in, who's now the quarterback at Syracuse, and I know we're high on Syracuse on this podcast.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So I think I kind of want Kenny Minchey. It seems like it's going to be C.J. Carr because he was the higher recruit. They want to utilize that and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. We'll see. I trust Marcus Freeman. Whatever he says, whoever he has the week 1 starter, we'll go with. However, I think I've heard that Miami's pass rush is supposed to be pretty good, or they blitz a lot, or they show pressure a lot. And I would want maybe the more mobile guy to start at least week 1. So that would be Kenny Minchey. But then I'm worried if he starts week 1, then when you bench him to start C.J. Carr, now all of a sudden,
especially if he wins week 1,
especially if he wins, and then we got a situation where you're messing with the two guys' heads. Mm-hmm. If you have 2 quarterbacks, do you have 1 quarterback? The age-old saying.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's worked for anybody lately.
True.
Let's touch on the schedule. So you guys have an absolute gauntlet to start the season.
Maybe the hardest.
Maybe. Right now, you
Arguably.
guys are tied 34th in strength of schedule. You guys are at Miami, which is 10th right now, ranked in the poll. And then you guys have week 2 versus Texas A&M, who's 19th. What do you expect out of those 2 games?
I expect to cover the spread by a lot in both of them.
So win both.
For sure. Yeah, win both easily. I think Miami will be the first time that stadium has been sold out since a Super Bowl they've hosted there, I'm assuming. Or maybe since Catholics versus Convicts, whatever that was in like the 90s.
Okay.
I think it's, or maybe it was like 88 or something. It was something like that. But
yeah, I mean, looking at the schedule, are we on to the schedule topic?
Oh, yeah.
First 2 for now.
Oh, first 2. Okay, I got nothing to add.
Okay,
Actually, I do.
Okay.
I think this might be a bold take here, but I think you'll have bigger problems against Texas A&M than against Miami.
I think so too, but I think we're going to have some good home field advantage. The
I
crowd's
would
going to
agree.
show out.
I would
It's
agree.
going to be a playoff atmosphere.
But I just think if you go into Miami and win, you're going to have problems with Texas A&M.
Just like what happened last year when we went into Texas A&M.
Well,
And
you're
won.
going to be high off the Miami buzz, beating Miami at Miami. And then next week you got another primetime game at home.
Yeah.
It's actually a short week because you play Sunday.
Yeah,
against
true,
Miami.
true. It is a short week.
So
yeah.
I think if you go to Miami and beat them, you're losing to Texas A&M.
But what if we lose to Miami?
I think if anything, you're gonna have more problem with Miami. I'm not too high on them just because they've lost Cam Ward and then Xavier Restrepo, so their duo.
I will say 10 for Miami seems a little pretty high.
I think so
very
too.
high.
But I think they're saying that maybe on their, because they got the Georgia transfer quarterback. They got Carson Beck.
Yeah, no,
He's-
you're not
he's
losing that game then.
Terrible.
I don't think he's great. I don't think he's great, but I think he's a good quarterback. I mean, we saw what
Okay.
happened. We saw
The only thing he has is experience.
yeah, but also a big difference in the Georgia that Notre Dame played last year in the Sugar Bowl and beat. I was at that game.
Move on from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. But I was at that game and we saw Gunnar Stockton and he was just struggled. It seemed like there were a couple times. There was one moment I even saw a lack of experience when he didn't have 2 hands on the ball in the pocket. They say you always got to have 2 hands on the ball in the pocket, and he didn't. But maybe that's just their defensive-minded coach. We saw in that game. I don't want to make Kirby Smart look bad, but he did get outcoached.
I would agree.
He got massively outcoached, I think.
In those games, if you lose, you're getting outcoached.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna have more problem with Miami than Texas A&M, just with it being in Miami, week 1. The anticipation is building up from here on out. But I don't think you're gonna lose either of them. I think if you guys live up to the hype that you're putting out here, you guys are gonna easily go 2-0. I'm never really high on Texas A&M. I have no reason to be ever.
Nobody does. That's
So I don't think you'll have any problem.
They go 8-4 every year.
every year. Yeah, and they get like a quality win against like a. They'll like
Like an
knock-
LSU.
An LSU. They'll like
Yeah,
knock
exactly.
LSU out of like the SEC championship potential.
Exactly.
And the
or
college
something.
football playoff,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the playoff. Yeah.
All right, so let's just go. Alexander, you can start. Give us a quick rundown of week to week for the Fighting Irish this year.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, run us down through the record prediction.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think they'll end up winning both games to start the season.
Didn't you just say?
But no, no. I said they're gonna have more trouble with A&M than Miami.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna win both. But so 2-0, they're gonna beat Purdue. They're gonna beat Arkansas. They're gonna beat Boise. I think they lose an easy game here. I will say that's been like the theme for Notre Dame.
Yeah. Especially under Freeman.
Like Freeman, I will say, is one of the probably top 3, top 5 coaches you'd want to play for in this modern day era.
Yeah.
But he's like the complete opposite of James Franklin. He wins big games and loses the easy games. It makes no sense.
It does, yeah.
So I'm gonna say, I honestly think they're gonna win every game besides either Pitt or Syracuse. They're gonna lose to one of those.
Those are the 2 that I've circled in the schedule that I'm nervous about Pitt or Syracuse. Especially Steve Angeli, he's comfortable in Notre Dame Stadium.
I mean, the only other team I
Actually-
could see him losing to is Boston College.
You don't see them
Okay.
losing to USC?
No.
You don't think so?
We own USC. Notre Dame owns USC. Notre Dame owns Lincoln Riley USC. I was making sure the Syracuse game is home. I like to see that.
all your big games for the most part are at home. You do play Pitt on the road, and then
Yeah.
you do play Miami on the road as well. But
Yeah.
like
I just
play
don't
Boise
think
State at home.
I just don't think
So-
USC's offense is good enough to beat you guys.
Especially, and if it is, it's an air raid with under Lincoln Riley. It's going to be all passing. And I think Notre Dame might have the best secondary in the country because they're returning like 4 studs that were key in like their pass defense against Penn State for take it. I think their receivers only had like 80 yards or something like that. Like they're Jalen, well, other than Tyler Warren, but like the receivers were locked down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Notre Dame. Notre Dame goes 11-1, loses to either Pitt or Syracuse.
Okay,
They're gonna make the playoffs still.
yeah.
You got them going 12-0.
I got them going 12-0 and getting. This is something that's just slept on in the college football world. They can get a bye this year if they go 12-0 with the rule changes. With
That's true.
The change of the college football playoff, everyone's like, "Oh, Notre Dame, join a conference, then you can get a bye." No, they can,
Don't have to this
You
year.
guys need to
Go-
join.
go-
You guys need to join the conference.
just so that way other programs can make money off the Notre Dame brand. Is that, I think that's why that people want.
That's not why.
That's
not why.
Hey, take Penn State for example. Penn State they tried to do the independent thing. The brand's not big enough. They don't have the national fan base that Notre Dame has.
Well, I think
Ohio State could
I think
almost
their
do it.
scandal kind of threw them under, though.
Okay, yeah. I think Ohio State could maybe do it. Texas could maybe do it.
I think Ohio State could do it. In Texas, those are like the only two.
Yeah.
Alabama, I think they just live off the SEC.
I think so too.
They don't have the brand if they're not in the SEC.
And I think the SEC the programs in the SEC like to say like, oh, we're in the SEC.
It's more pride.
It's a gauntlet. It just means more or whatever they say.
All right. Give me your guys' ceiling and floor for this Notre Dame team.
I mean, it's obviously 12-0.
Yeah,
I would say-
Well, that's the ceiling or is that just the regular season ceiling?
I want full year ceiling.
Full year ceiling, they can win the Natty.
I don't know.
Dude, Marcus
I think-
Freeman. Hold on.
The ceiling
Marcus
for
Freeman,
me is third round.
Before Ryan Day won the national championship, I was hoping we had Marcus Freeman on our sideline.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Marcus Freeman. I said this earlier. He's one of the top. If I was a high school recruit right now, I'd want to go play for Freeman, Day, or Kirby.
Okay, I would want. Yeah,
Maybe Sark. You could maybe throw Sark in there.
Sark seems like fun.
Everyone-
Lane Kiffin seems like a fun guy.
Yeah,
to play
but their
for,
team's
you're
not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not a fan of Lane Kiffin.
Other than those 4, I wouldn't want to play for.
Hold on.
anyone else.
I want to talk about the Marcus Freeman here.
Yeah.
How would you rather have Marcus Freeman than Ryan Day
Before they win the
hold on.
Natty?
Yeah, because Ryan Day's beat Marcus Freeman in the past.
I think he's never lost to him. He
And
beat
Marcus
him 3
Freeman
times.
Marcus Freeman hasn't taken his team to the playoffs as much.
I don't know something
Well,
about
but
Marcus
he
Freeman.
only has. That was his 3rd season at Notre Dame.
Is it because he's a Buckeye? It's because he's a Buckeye. I mean, it's fair. It's fair.
Well, yeah. Because I was going to say I'd rather have. I think if Marcus Freeman was the coach last year for that Ohio State team and Ryan Day was the coach for the Notre Dame team, I think the outcome is still the same. Like I think Ohio State still wins that. I think that team was just better.
It's hard to beat that team, especially the run they were on.
Yeah, the run they're on, and I mean both those teams were like the hottest 2 teams at the end of the year.
I would agree.
And-
So okay, I got Notre Dame going. They can go to Natty. I don't know
have
if
them
they
winning.
can. Although I feel like if they go to Natty, they're going to win it.
But they didn't last year.
But that Ohio State team last year, I think Will Howard's the difference. Like
Saban's pretty good.
You think Saban? And also, is that
That's not final.
a quarterback?
Supposedly-
That's technically a quarterback battle, right?
It is.
Day
It's
said
not
that-
released yet.
Okay.
They said there's supposed to be an answer by the end of this week, and if I'm not wrong, tomorrow's Thursday. How much later are we gonna get in the week? You know,
True.
I thought the weekend's on Friday.
yeah, exactly. You're right. Good point.
Okay, so I got Notre Dame going all the way to the Natty. So whatever that is, I'll have them losing 1 game in the regular season, regardless
Okay.
of who
So
they lose.
about
11 and
15,
1.
about 14 or 15-1.
Yeah,
Whatever
regardless who
that
they
adds
lose
up.
to, they're making the playoffs as long as they only have 1.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like last year, they
Yeah.
lost to the worst team on
Yeah.
their schedule and still.
What was it?
made
NC State.
No, NIU.
Northern Illinois.
Yeah. Floor, 11-2 with a bowl win.
Okay.
All right.
To end the whole year 11-2 with a bowl win.
Yeah,
Okay,
10-2 in the regular season and winning
And
the
then-
bowl game.
that's the floor. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the floor is, or are we going down the line?
No, you got it. You got
Okay,
it.
I think the floor is 11-1. That's the floor. Or 11-1 the regular season floor is 11-1, losing to Pitt or Syracuse. I think those are the 2 games. I think if they lose a game this year, I think it's going to be one of those 2.
How far do you have them going in the college football playoff?
And then the ceiling, I think, is winning a national. I think it's winning a national championship this year is obviously as high of a ceiling as you can get, but I think that is like a good, fair ceiling for
What do
that
you think
team.
the floor is?
I think 11-1 regular season, losing to like a Pitt or a Syracuse. But even if they do that, they can still win the national championship.
So you think
Like,
regardless of what they do in the regular season, they could win the Natty?
Yeah, I think they're going to have a chance. They're either going to be a top 2 team in the country, like 1, 2, maybe 3 if they go undefeated, and then have a bye, and then probably win at least a round. I think a successful season is making the semifinals would be pretty successful, even though that'd be a downgrade from last year. But
Yeah.
I think that's still a successful season.
You can't get much better than going to the Natty.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
My floor for these guys is 10-2 in the regular season, but I would have them beating one of the ranked opponents, so I've got them going to the playoffs.
Okay.
And then floor for me there would be probably winning round 1 and then losing round 2, just because we saw the talent that is in that first round of the college football playoffs isn't always the greatest.
Yeah.
So unless something goes steeply downhill for this Notre Dame team, I don't see them losing the first round. Ceiling for me is semifinals. Maybe national championship, but losing there.
Losing like a runner-up. Just like
Yeah,
last year.
I don't think they with teams like Ohio State, Texas, maybe sneak in like Oregon or Penn State if they somehow have a year. I don't know if they can beat them.
I mean, they did it last year. But
They did it last year.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Though. I do see what you mean.
Yeah.
Here's what's interesting is I think that if they're the 2 quarterbacks that they have are supposed to be good passers, one better than the other, we have better. Well, I keep saying we, but Notre Dame has better receivers this year.
You strap it up Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm gonna lace them up for sure. No. But Notre Dame has better receivers this year than they did last year. So I think they got a good transfer from Virginia, who I saw play in person against Coastal Carolina, and I watched him just big body our DBs. Like
Is he as big as Jeremiah Smith though?
No.
He might be taller, maybe. Honestly, he probably similar. Probably,
No shot.
He's not as athletic and as
So
fast.
he's
not as much of
Jeremiah
a game
Smith. He's a
breaker.
poor man, Jeremiah Smith.
Poor man. I guess. Yeah, he's fat or he's slower
Not as built.
and not as built. Probably doesn't have as good of hands. Like, I mean, all the traits that you want in a receiver. Take Jeremiah Smith and then just decrease them by like 10.
All right.
And that's
Still not bad.
That's Malachi Fields.
And
for
you're
you.
proud of that guy? hey, that's still not bad.
Well, I mean, Notre Dame receivers aren't always like.
They're not known to be great.
It's not like you don't get the best receivers from Notre Dame.
Their best guy is Chase Claypool.
It's not good.
Will Fuller was pretty good.
True. I'll give you that.
Let me think of another. I gotta need one more. Ben Skoranek, he was on the Rams. I think he was on the Rams maybe when they
Won the Super Bowl.
won the Super Bowl. I think.
Yeah, on left bench.
He can get in the slot every once in a while.
All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for Notre Dame's predictions. Eli, we'll see if you're right. Hopefully, you don't get too much of a heartbreak this year watching the Fighting Irish. But nonetheless, going to be an exciting season for this Notre Dame team. A lot to look forward to. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Eli, for coming. And that's all we have for you guys. Peace.